Hi, everybody. Claudia Glassman here with Mighty Oak Parenting. So sometimes as parents, we get really focused on correcting behaviors, right? And giving feedback in terms of what our children should do. And sometimes we get so caught up in that we forget to give positive feedback or acknowledge the traits we like about our children. So I remember when I was a therapist, oftentimes I would work with families that were really, struggling with certain behaviors that their children were having. And so understandably, sometimes those behaviors kind of took over and things became really negative. But I think we all kind of have the tendency to do that, right? To offer feedback about a behavior or correct a behavior. And I think sometimes our kids hear that kind of amplified, right? So they start to hear is that, even if we are saying positive things. So one of the things I like to do is just acknowledge for my children what I appreciate about them. Now, we do this during our family meetings. Every week we have a family meeting, and my kids get really excited. And really the only part they like is the first part where we do the appreciations, and then they enjoy the family time we spend afterwards. But they really get into wanting to hear what other people appreciate about them, or the positive things we've noticed during the week about them, or even that day. And so kids really love this. And so what I used to recommend to my clients, which is a great idea just for all parents to do, is have your kid create a booklet, or you can buy a journal and let them decorate it, but just make sure it's something that is theirs, and that they, can decorate and make their own. And then every day, parents, it can be one parent, both parents, whatever, however it works for you, can just go in there and write, 3 things that you noticed that day, that you appreciate about your child. And it can be traits of theirs. It could be something they did. I tend to encourage people not to focus on the outcomes of something. So like, I appreciate you got an A on your test. I think things like that are better phrased. That I appreciate the hard work you put in, right? I appreciate the effort you gave, because I think focusing on the outcome sometimes sends the message that we only appreciate it because they did well, right? Not because they focused and put their effort into something. And so to really kind of focus on the process of things. So I appreciate that you helped set the table and, helped me out during evening routines, or I appreciate you helping your sister put her shoes on in the morning. I appreciate your strength. I appreciate your intelligence. I appreciate how much you notice things, whatever the case may be, right? And just like 3 things, 5 things, whatever the number is, I'd say at least 3. If you can do 5, that's great. And just every day do this. And this is also a great thing just to kind of do at the end of the day, where you kind of bring the book in, before bed, and kind of just go over those 3 things. If your children are older, maybe you don't tell them about it. Maybe you just let them read it for themselves. Kind of depends on what's most comfortable for your child. Maybe they want to hear it from you. Maybe they're fine just reading it. But really just kind of, it does a couple of things. It allows our children to see that we are noticing their strengths, and we appreciate aspects of them, and that we appreciate who they are, and we appreciate the things that they do. So it's not all about correcting and feedback all the time. And it also changes the perspective for us if you're having a rough day, right? And you're having one of those days where your kids are fighting and you're just like, I end already, right? And you get stuck kind of in that negative rut. So this is also really great for parents, because it forces you to find those 3 things, right, that you appreciate, and it can shift your focus too. So try that out. Feel free to leave feedback on how that works for you. And I will be talking to you guys again soon. Have a great day. Bye.